Hello, Flight Simmers. My name is Jonathan, and I am going to basically review Leonardo Software House Fly the Maddog MD80 by Leonardo Software House. Now, this has been a long awaited airliner for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And by the pictures you are introduced to when you go to the website, it shows you some real impressive pictures. But one of the most impressive pictures would be the detail of the cockpit and the AP controls. Now, even though this is just a fly by the seat of my pants review, I was impressed on how it handled. But one thing I was not impressed with is the autopilot controls. Now, as you see, they're showing impressive pictures, but when you look at the autopilot controls, they are not as sharp as they portray them to be. So what I like to show you is during a flight, how you are seeing this flight. And over here where you see all these controls, how sharp they are, they won't be as sharp when you're actually using it in Flight Simulator 2024. Now, this right here is real impressive. The sound is authentic. It sounds just like an MD-80 when you're on the runway about to take off. Now listen to the engine spool up when you're impressive. Now, I'm using a joystick now, and the takeoff is less than desired, but just trying to get a feel for the MD-88. And I always recommend using a flight yoke, which I will be getting soon, I'll be able to do some real impressive flying with that. But a joystick is really not what I would recommend. Now, when you look at the cockpit, some things are clear, but then there's other writings that are not, such as here. As you see how blurry they are, you can see that it's very clear in this picture that I'm going to show you.
Allentown approach. November 901 Delta Lima is tight. 3 miles northwest of 24 Papa November.
You can't read this, but you can read this in the picture. So you see, I can't really see them clearly in the cockpit. And if I was able to see the writing clearly like the picture portrayed, I could possibly do a flight, but can't do it. As you see, look at that. Now, one other thing, if you look at the window, in the window to the far right, you'll see the back propellers, not propeller, but thrusters, they're not spinning. So that's another thing. I don't know if they intended to have it not spinning or they're going to work on that. This is the first release, but that's one thing I did notice as well. However, I wanted to see how the flaps responded and how they looked going for a landing. Now, as you see, the flaps look authentic on an MD-80 type aircraft, and it really sounds pretty authentic.
Sierra Mike Quebec automated weather observation 0500 Zulu. Wind calm.
And again, please forgive the abrupt turns and dips and dives on the pitch. It's just using a joystick is not the ideal piece of equipment that I would think a real flight simmer would not use, but that's at present, that is what I'm using. But I definitely always recommend getting a flight yoke, which I will be having in about a few weeks. But this is more of a review of how this is handling. Yes, you can walk throughout the cockpit, throughout the actual cabin, but I was just more concerned about how it looked as a passenger view, not only the pilot view, but the passenger view, to see if it resembled what I know the MD-80 to actually resemble upon landing and flying as well.
Kilo Sierra Mike Quebec automated weather observation 0500 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
And you hear that engine spool up?
13,600. Temperature 3 C dew point. -7 C altimeter.
Sounds MD-80 worthy to be.
Kilo Sierra Mike Quebec automated weather observation 0500 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 13,600. Temperature 3.
So as a fly by the seat of my pants review, I'm just looking for the authenticity of the sim of especially this aircraft.
Temperature 3 C dew point. -7 C altimeter 3015.
And if you are a passenger sitting here and also not flying with a joystick to make it look really weird, and flying with a flight yoke, it would look incredible as you're coming in for landings or taking off. But those are my reviews, especially the cockpit not having legible identifying labels on the MCP. I hope they fix that in the update of the software. But again, this is Jonathan. I hope they see this review as well too. I spend a lot of money on my flight sim as well as the add-ons, and I do take pride in this MD-80. I think they did a good job. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, because there's some things that obviously, including more views, wing views or any additional views that can be programmed, that can be preset, so that you can just, with the touch of 2 keys, go to a wing view, and under the fuselage view, so many other views that could be used in this great flight sim add-on. Again, this is Jonathan from JLW 3D.
Sierra Mike Quebec automated weather observation 0500 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition.